What you're looking at here is a sneak peek at the brewing Bible that I'm putting together. Just a regular notebook with some blank pages for us to keep track of our recipes, any ideas we're jotting down, whether it be names or logos or anything like that. Always want kind of a hard copy of this stuff so that we can carry it around with us. But what I wanted to show you was the back few pages, which I've been adding some kind of reference information so that during the brewing process, rather than referring to a phone, we can open up our Bible, and we've got some damn good information in here. So I'm just going to flip through real quick just to show you what's going on. Right here what we have is kind of a graph of the types of sugars we're extracting from the grains during an all-grain brew. Our bottom scale is our pH, which we're going to try to keep it between a 4.5 and a 5.5. And then on the left it's a temperature. So as you raise the temperature of the grains, you're going to start getting these different type of chemical reactions that are pulling out the types of enzymes we want, which includes some ideal rates. What we've got here is a wort efficiency ratio, which will help us calculate how efficient we were at the recirculation process of the all-grain brewing. So it's this little small calculation we can do using the original gravity and the amount of water we're using, plus the grain weight. This will help us figure out if we got a really potent wort or if we got a really watered-down wort. The next few pages, as you can see, are just kind of printed out. But they're actually a description of every single type of hop. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can see it. Yeah, the focus isn't due. There we go. So we got name, alpha acid, type, general usage, possible substitutions, and a flavor description. We go in alphabetical order for every single hop ever. That's a lot of hops. It's a lot of really good information to have. We also have this, incredibly helpful. Keg pressures and temperatures. We can look at our scale here and figure out the temperature of our keg. We can see how much volume of CO2 we have left, and we cross-reference those two numbers, and that'll tell us what the pressure needs to be set at to have an ideal pour. Here we have a pH prediction tool. This will actually help us identify what type of beer our natural water will give us. We can use Poland Spring, we can use tap water, but what we'll do is we'll make some measurements on each of these graphs and draw some straight lines, and it'll actually point right up here to this beer scale, which you see goes from light to dark. Darks are your stouts, lights are your pilsners, obviously. But some types of waters, depending on the chemical configuration of them, are more prone to give you a stout-type beer. So if you're brewing a pilsner, but you've got stout-type water, it's probably going to taste pretty bad. Some common ale-style portionings. Just started by putting out some basic pale ales, amber ales, and stuff, just to give you a basic idea of what we're looking at when we use all grains. Base malts with our caramels and chocolates and roasted barleys. We've got some grain toasting time and temperatures. You know, if we roast our grains at 275 for 60 minutes, we're going to get a light, nutty taste and aroma. 350 wet for 2 hours, we're going to get strong toast and roast with more of a brown malt type flavor. So this would be good when we would start kind of concocting our own styles of beers, similar to the way the black IPAs came into existence. And this is just a beer style graph, which gives you the fruitiness and maltiness as well as the bitterness and sweetness to tell you sort of where your styles of beer are. And what this is used more for isn't just so that we can figure out what type of beer it is, but we can figure out, you know, if, for instance, if we have a Pilsner that we felt like tasted maybe a little too odd, it was a little too close for a wheat, we can figure out, you know, was it too bitter? And if it was too bitter, maybe it was also too fruity, and we can go back to our pH scales and identify maybe where we went wrong. But yeah, these are some reference information for us to help us get through, man. And that'll be the beer Bible. Fucking A, man.